Howdy folks, welcome to my new series on Railroader. I'm pretty excited. There's a lot to do and I can't wait to get dove in here on the fresh save. So some of you may have already watched my tutorial series and hung out on some of the live streams that I did to learn the game. That was a lot of fun, and I'm going to take kind of what I learned there and we're going to do our own thing here. Now we have the official Fedora Railroad on Railroader and we're going to get started. And if you're not familiar with the game, it should be coming out today. This is supposed to release on the 7th. It should be releasing into early access on Steam on the day this comes out. So go check that out in the link description below, down in the video description. But yeah, I'll try to kind of explain what we're doing as we go. We're going to do a little bit of what we did in the tutorial just to get started, because that's kind of some things you need to do. But yeah, let's dive in. Now, I was just responding to a comment over on one of my videos from Yellow Eyeball. He was asking about character customization, and that's a good question. I don't think I covered that anywhere. I might have shown it on stream. I don't recall, but you can customize your character a bit. Now, keep in mind, I'm playing the pre-release build as I record this, so it's different from what you're going to get on the 7th. Anything you see here may change. So, but yeah, your character, you can set your name, but you have to do that, I think, from the main menu. Once you're in game, it's set, but you can change your sex between male and female. You can set a skin tone. Looks like they got 2 options. There's a couple different options for hat. You can go no hat. Let me zoom in here. Hey, you. There we go. We have a Chromer. I'm not sure if that's how you say that. Chromer or a Thompson. We're going to go with the Thompson. We got glasses or no glasses. With the Harry Potter look. You can say no bandana or red bandana. I think we'll stick with the bandana. And then you can have gloves on or off, basically. And this may change in the future, but this is what I have right now in this build. So we're going to have our gloves on. That firebox is hot. So anywho, what are we going to do? Well, we had a lot to do, but we're going to kind of run through the things we did in the first part of the tutorial. It starts out in game, and the story is there's been a big flood on the railroad, and it's washed out a bunch of bridges. So in order to get, beyond our initial little starting area, we're going to have to repair the bridge, and that's a multi-phase project. So that's going to take time over the days. But our first order of business, we need to get a little bit of coal in, and we need to get this number 3 here back on the tracks and towed over to the service shed. So that's what we're going to work on right now. Let's hop in. I'm going to hop up here in the cab of number 3. And we're going to have a seat. Open up the window. And you can drive with the UI or you can drive with the handles, either way. And you can also drive with the keyboard. So we'll be doing some of all that. Let's head on out. Sounds like the tender's coming with us. No, I don't think, we don't have the handbrake on, so we're good. Like I said, you can drag in the cab here, however you want to do it. But what we want to do is pull right up here under the water spout and the coal chute. And we have a little bit of coal in our bunker, but one of the first things we're going to have to do is take this empty hopper over to the interchange track, which is behind me, and we'll get some coal in there for tomorrow. Then we can bring the full hopper over, and that will be our coal to run our engines on. And we'll get into contracts and stuff as we go along here, because like I said, there's a lot going on. This is all about like operating your railroad, so there's a lot of logistics and stuff to it. So I think I'm going to do this in third person. Yeah, I blew right past the water spout. So we're actually lined up under the coal chute. So we'll grab that first. I think there's a half a ton of coal. So we'll go ahead and grab that. If you hover over the tender there, you can see how much we got. So we'll just go ahead and top off. It looks like we're about half full of water as well. So let's open up the hatch. And we need to bring her on back. hit the 9 key there to track on the tender. It doesn't have to be exact, but it does need to be pretty close. And right about there should do it. There it goes. So once you're lined up and you have this rotated out, it'll just automatically start filling you up. And when it's done, it'll raise itself back up. One thing I've noticed, you have to stow it and bring it out again for it to work. So I try to remember to stow it. Oops, I forgot to raise that back up. Luckily, there's no collision damage right now. So you can see this hopper is empty. So while that's filling up, we have that empty hopper, and we also start with 4 skeleton cars. Now, I've changed the color on those to official Fedora Railroad red. But we own these cars, so it means we can take out a contract, and we can. One of the ways we can make money is bringing logs to the sawmill. So we're going to be doing some of that. And we also, if we go back to the interchange tracks here, we have 1 passenger coach. See, I got that decorated up in Fedora Railroad green for our passenger livery. And we're going to go with the 400 series for our passenger cars. So it is a 29-ton Pullman 1900 open platform coach. We got one of those. Now, any equipment that's customizable, if you left control click on it, you get the inspector window, and then you can go to equipment. And you can tell it, I want to go repair it or I want to sell it. And that'll put the appropriate waybill on there for where it needs to be delivered to either repaired or sold. You can also click customize, and then any customization options will pop up. And that's where I set the base color and the lettering color from the default. And then I did Fedora Railroad. I actually put spaces in there just to kind of space it out a little bigger on the passenger coach. So that's why it looks like that. There you go. And we also have a caboose. And our cabooses are going to be the 900 series. And actually, this is 401. Should we go with 400? Yeah, let's start with 0. I'm a computer guy, so starting with 0 kind of makes sense. I'm used to counting arrays from 0. There we go. Number 400. So 400 series for the passengers, 900 for the caboose, although we only have one of those right now. And then that's it. So the 2 engines, 4 log cars, a hopper, passenger coach, and a caboose. That's what we start with. And as far as the locomotives, I didn't really take a quick look at those. Some of you probably know just by looking at this what it is. Now, I'm not a steam expert. I'm not a railroad expert. So a lot of this is new to me. I'll make mistakes calling stuff different things. And the cargo took a little while to figure out because just the way it works, I'm not familiar with. If we click on this, though, you can see it is a 41-ton G16 Mogul. Then over here we got, I believe it's called a 10-wheeler. Yeah, we got a 44-ton T17 10-wheeler. And it is 70% derailed. So we need to go fix that. That's our first order of business. All right, so how do we do that? Well, we need to go down the tracks. We need to go hook up to it. So one of the cool features I like is you can use AI to help you out. So we're going to drop a fusee too close to switch. That will tell the AI to stop. So if I get distracted doing something, it won't go too far away. And what we're going to do is say, we're going to go here to orders. And we're going to say, we're going to put you in road mode. Go forward at max speed of 15. Thank you very much. Then we're going to go take a look at stuff. There's a lot of detail in this game. I really like it. There's a lot going on. You see our coal conveyor is empty right now. That's because we have no coal. We need to get this guy. We need to get some coal. So how do we do that? If I remember right, come over here to operations. I want to set a waybill on this. So we're going to say loads. Come over here to the East Whittier coal loader. That's where we're at right now. And then empties are going to go over to the interchange. There we go. Now this has a waybill on it. And I'm going to go ahead and stick that on my switch list. And there we go. Bring up my switch list now. I've got that hopper. It says it needs to go over to the interchange track. So we've got that to do. Stop for a fusee. All right. So our engineer guy has stopped. And I'm just going to leave my person standing over here. We'll switch back to third person mode. I'm going to be doing a lot of this because I'm going to be playing solo. So I need some help, you know. Flying around. And I'm just going to say, okay, reverse now. And he's going to come on down. And the AI is smart enough to know that there's stuff in the way. So they'll stop for, you know, another train, or if there's a fusee and put down. They'll stop if a switch is thrown against them. And they'll follow track speed limitations, things like that. So it's pretty simple, but it's also quite powerful. And it just helps you out when you're doing lots of stuff. So the map, let's pull that up real quick in case you haven't seen it. We are on this little Whittier and Ella bit right here. And we have to unlock other parts of the railroad to get out from here. And we also have a little branch line out to Connolly. There's some logging camps out here. All right, you can see he has detected Fedora Railroad number 2 back there in his status, so he's going slow. That's fine. I'm going to take back over manual control now. And we need to get backed up here, and we need to get this train back on the track. And then we'll have to tow it up to the shed because it's out of water and it's out of coal. And that'll do. Another handy thing is you can put your mouse anywhere in third-person view and hit Control-T. And it'll teleport right there. So, re-railing right now anyway is easy. I don't know if they're going to expand on this mechanic or not. But you just put your mouse cursor over something and you push Shift-R. And that didn't quite get it. We're going to push Shift-R again. There we go. Kerbo re-railed one car. We're going to do the same thing with the tender. It is still coupled to the engine there. Shift-R a couple times. There we go. So that is now re-railed. We can hook up to it and tow it back. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm going to get my little lantern out here. You see all this nice detail. There we go. Throw on the independent. And are there any brakes on this car? Let's take a look. This engine actually has a bug right now where this tooltip I think is reversed. Oh no, maybe they fixed it. Now it says apply. Okay, cool. They might have fixed it in the latest build. There used to be a bug. Us early testers reported it. Now it's fixed, so you won't have to deal with it. And then this guy should be, yeah, there's no brakes on anywhere, so we should be able to just tow this guy. There's a little bit of grade here, so I want to get up a little bit of speed. Next, I'm going to hop back in here. Let me in! There we go. All right, I'm going to turn my lantern off. And then I'm going to just hit 0 to focus back on the loco. And there's some issues with like sounds and stuff like that. It'll all get ironed out in the early access. What we have here, though, is very, very solid. All the gameplay works. A few minor bugs here and there. There's kind of an abrupt transition between the speedy chuff and the not so speedy chuff. I can actually get rid of this guy. Uh-oh. Went a little too far. It's okay. All right, we're going to switch that back. And then we are lined up. Yeah, I'm going to stick him right there in that track. That'll work. And then it won't get fixed right away because I'll show you. We don't have anybody working in the service shed. We have to hire somebody to do that. So we're going to do that here. We could do that while he's coming back. So we hit I to bring up our company panel. We can do stuff. We go to locations, engine service. You see we don't have any coal. We don't have any shop crew. So I'm going to hire a shop crew. They will start tomorrow. And it'll cost us $15 a day. You can hire multiple, and I think the work goes faster, but we're just going to do one. Just do one for now. And yep, I got that one thrown. We are good to go. And we can lean out the window. Just need to get this back in the shed there and let it sit. And then we're going to go in and earn some money and get that coal car spotted. All right, that should do her. I love that. You basically just walk up to the seat and you sit down. I like it. And then you just walk and you get up and leave. Nice and simple, and it works. All right, so we can just click on that to open that. And then I'm going to go ahead and set the handbrake on this just in case it would want to happen to roll away. All right, so number 2 is staged up to get repaired, so that's all good. Next thing, let's go ahead and move this hopper over to the interchange track so it'll be ready for tomorrow. And I'll show you the yard mode. So you can bring up your inspector window for your currently selected locomotive by just clicking on the name. And then we'll go back over to orders, and we're gonna go to yard mode this time. Yard mode is slightly different, like it's more aware of things to couple to. And you give it car links to move rather than a speed. So you can see your status. It's detected FRR 20945, which, believe it or not, is this car right down here. So the AI is smart enough to come down here, slow down, and couple up to that. As long as it's gone far enough. Let's just tell it, yeah, one more car length should be good. I'm going to just tell him to stop. And he'll whistle, let you know he stopped. This guy is empty, so I don't think we really need to bother with brakes on it. Handbrake is released. There's nothing in the cylinder. Oh, does it have bottled air? Like, why is the... Oh, it did. It had bottled air in it. All right. Okay, now, yeah, now it just dumped emergency. So we'll bleed it. There we go. Now it's devoid of air and the cylinder is bled. It's all released. So we can head on back now. We go to this view. So we need to seesaw back. We need to get it back here on these interchange tracks. So let's do that. Oh, I didn't... I need to tell this guy. We're going manual now. Tried to steal the loco from Mr. AI. It does have cylinder cocks. They're just cosmetic, so I haven't been bothering with those. But you can turn those on and off. This is not like a deep locomotive simulator. It's more about the operations of the railroad. Didn't close my hatch. Let's get that closed up. So you don't have to fire the locomotive. It does that automatically. But it does have decent physics. You can kick cars and do, wild stuff like that. Works out quite well. And turn my headlight down since we're just shining it on the car. And so if I hit tab, it'll turn the waybills on. You'll see it wants to go to the East Whittier interchange to the Carolina Fuel Company. So we just need to stick it on the interchange track. And then overnight, things will get processed. Magically. All right, we can come on back now. While it's doing that, let's go back over here to locations, and we're going to go to Sawmill, and we're going to take a contract for the Sawmill. So you can see it's a tier 1 contract, which that's all we can do when we're starting out. The different tiers like pay more, there's more to do. And it consumes up to 8 cars of logs per day. So we need to deliver 8 cars worth of logs per day to fulfill that contract. Let's not get too carried away. I'm actually going to stick this on this track over here. I don't think it matters, but the stuff usually spawns in on this track. It's nice and long, so we'll leave it alone. So I'm going to take this kind of slow, and I'm going to try to keep the videos around 20 or 30 minutes. But there's a lot going on, so we're just going to do an episode at a time. I'll skip parts as needed, but as we get started, I'm going to kind of try to explain things as we go. And what else do we have where we can make money? Holyfield Heating Oil in Whittier wants car, so we're going to go ahead and take that. Stenzel Manufacturing wants stuff, so we'll do that. One thing I kind of wish you could like see what the contract was before you sign it. So hopefully they'll add more detail in here. The depot is nothing there. Sawmill we already accepted. We got the Ella Farm Supply, so we'll do that one. And the Ella Station just wants passengers. Then Connolly Creek, it tells you here, L1 produces 12 cars of logs per day. So either L1, 2, or 3 would fulfill the 8 cars that we need easily. L2, I think, is about the right length. I've been going to L2. So all that stuff and more as we progress. All right, you can just get uncoupled. And I will set your handbrake. So now we have to run around that. So let's have our AI work for us. Do that, and we'll throw a fusee down. And we'll say road, reverse. Yeah, 30 is fine. So we'll have him do that. One thing we could do also is passengers, so I want to do that before we switch days. Because if you don't run your passengers, you'll lose reputation. And reputation is key for things. We don't have any reputation because it's the first day. But that'll affect like prices and how much you get paid and stuff like that. We also have milestones. So we want to repair the Ella Track and Bridge. And I want to do that. It's $1,000. I think it's cheaper maybe if we wait till tomorrow. But I have 2,500, so I'm thinking we may just go ahead and get that because they'll have to deliver the car. So if I don't do it today, you know, the cars get delivered the next day. So I think we're going to go ahead and do that. So that means tomorrow they're going to deliver 13 cars, which we'll need to take up to the bridge site. That'll be the first of 3 phases to open up the map west over to Governor's Island and Bryson. So there's a gap here. This bridge got washed out. So that milestone, they're going to deliver. They will deliver 13 cars tomorrow on interchange, and we'll have to take those up here. Then we'll have to sit there until they're emptied. Then we have to bring them back to the interchange. So it's all about the way bills. Lots and lots of way bills. And there is, I forget what the terms are. There's different terms for different types of contracts. So we own some cars, like the logging cars. We get paid per log, and it's a decent chunk. So we're using our own cars to bring the logs. But then we'll also get paid for these contracts I took out for, like, say, the farm supply. So we don't know what for sure they want, but they've ordered cars, they'll come in on the interchange, and then we get paid to deliver those cars. Then the car will sit there and either get filled or emptied, and then at some point it'll be done and its way bill will change to bring it back to the interchange. Then we get paid for bringing it back to the interchange. Hope that makes sense. So there's different types of contracts, and it talks about that in the not the guide with the tutorial. You can just go. You can go through the tutorial pages at will. Check that out. All right, you, sir, need to go forward. Forward, ho. Actually, I need to be on this other track. I can switch it in time. There we go. I need you to come up through on this track. Because I think we're going to have passengers. Let me go double check. Let me throw down the fuses so he'll stop. So we can open up the map with M, and then we can teleport around. So if I come up here, hover my mouse, push Control T, I'll teleport to that location on the map. And this is Whittier. We were in East Whittier. This is Whittier. If we come up here, we can see the station agent. We have 30 passengers waiting. If I don't take those passengers, we're going to get a reputation hit. So we kind of need to do that. So I think what we'll do, probably shouldn't have accepted that logging contract the first day. I should have concentrated on passengers. Yeah, I don't think I can get out of the contract. So we'll be really busy because I need to go run some passengers. And I need to deliver logs. So busy times ahead, but I think we'll do that next video. We've run on long enough for this first one. We'll do some passenger service and we'll deliver some logs next video. Thanks as always for hanging out, folks. I look forward to sharing this journey of rebuilding the Fedora Railroad with you. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.